Hey, so this is just a little quick little video that I make in English, because if you want to see the full video where I just portray the pendant worn, so you will have a better idea of how it looks like when it's worn, I will put the link in the description box. It's my project of the month for October 2018, and the reason why I wanted to make a little video in English, it's because I thought that I could share some stuff I've learned along the way while creating this piece, because I did make some things in such a way that now, with the knowledge I have, I would do differently if I had known better. So perhaps this will help you to avoid making some of the mistakes I kind of did or felt that I could have improved. So this is obviously a necklace, and the first one of the things that I would have done differently if I could redo it is the size and the direction of the bail, because I did it like that because I thought it suited more my needs and it was more aesthetically pleasing. But it turns out that if I could do it again, I would put it the other way around, because putting it the other way around and a smaller version of it too would have made the whole thing a little bit more subtle, and also it would have been easier to pass through a chain or anything, and allowing the pendant to just stay right and not twist around and move everywhere. So I think that the first thing I would redo is at the conception part. I would have done the bail a tad bit smaller and put it the other way around. Then the second thing that I would have done differently is, as you can see, you cannot really see well, but I didn't do an amazing job with the stamping. I used 1.5 millimeters high stamps, and I've put a little quote: "Tomorrow is promised to no man." And here is the thing: I used a scrap of silver I had with me, which was about 0.40 millimeters thick. And the problem is that it's way too thin. So this is something that I would do differently if I had to redo some stamping work like that. I would use at least a metal thickness for about 0.60 millimeters, so that it would be thick enough to be able to imprint the letters without things looking really like blobby, you know. So this is something I would have done differently. And I would also advise and recommend to the people that might want to do this, but with using different metals. For instance, if you would like to do some kind of stamping work and you would like to solder it onto a silver base, and you use brass or copper to make your stamping or your you know, whatever you want to put in, I would really strongly advise you to put the soldered chips underneath, and then add the part that you want to solder with a different metal and heat it from below, from the bottom, so that the solder will not flow everywhere and perhaps go over the different metal, different color metal, and then it's because it's extra work to get rid of it. So putting wisely the joint, like the solder joint, and then heating everything from below is the best way to avoid any problem if you want to use different metals, color of metals. The other thing that I want to mention too is about how I made the eyes. So I formed the small silver balls that I melted, and then I set them with zircons, Swarovski zircons, and then I glued them with a specific glue, obviously. And I'm really happy because it gave this little like extra thing I find that makes it even more lively somehow. So and the last thing that I wanted to mention is first that I used stainless steel chain, because stainless steel doesn't tarnish, doesn't get black with in contact with the skin, and is super sturdy. So it was perfect for my project because it's quite heavy, so I needed something that was really strong. And also the other thing that I came up with, I don't know where you can find that in the States or abroad, but those are invisible clasps. And those are brilliant because I get them with my French supplier. I think you can find them on Cookson in the UK. The great thing about them is that they're super sturdy, they're super sleek, and the great thing about it is that you can open and close like remove and put on the necklace using the front side, so you're not like struggling in the back of your neck, not knowing if it's really attached. So I prefer things that can actually be locked in the front part. And also what I like about that is that it's also pretty handy because you can change whatever. Like I know now that if I want to just keep wearing this as a simple necklace, I can, or if I want to make make other pendants in this, like, or different things, or the same, for instance, making another one in a different stone, like carved in a different stone, I will just have to change it, click it in, and I'll be done. So I thought that this was super handy, super practical, quite aesthetically pleasing, and a kind of easy way to make a necklace kind of duplicate or make it more, I don't know the word, more not responsive. You're not talking about a website, but you know what I mean, like you can really change its use and do whatever you want with it. And I like this type of jewelry that you can be reused or transformed as you wish. So that's why I did that. And well, that's about it. I hope that you will take some that this video will be useful somehow, and I'll see you around for another video. Bye.